In this video, I share with you how much I make from my YouTube channel. But before we get into today's video, just want to give a quick shout out to all of my awesome Patreon supporters. You guys are so great. I love you all. Without you and your support, I would not be able to invest this much time and energy towards making all of this content. Also wanted to share the list of those who received last month's GGGGs. Each month, Bob the Beholder picks some of my Patreon supporters to receive gratitude gifts. And for this past month of August of 2022, Nathan H. received a printed and painted small cottage from City of Furwood. Steeplejack and JJA both received an all-in pledge for the Unchained Games 3D coins STL's Kickstarter. Carmelo Q was chosen to receive the Creality Falcon Laser. And then finally, Greg P. is receiving $100 to go towards a crowdfunder. And for this month of September of 2022, we're going to have all 3 packages of these Pathfinder terrain, which I'm going to create a future video on, and some possible other gratitude gifts in addition to the typical $100 that will go towards a crowdfunder. If you're interested, go ahead and use the link below to go to my Patreon page to find out more information on how you can get involved with that. So just a quick note, these are all of the different projects that I'm working on, both cosplay stuff as well as Oathsworn, that I'm really excited about. So I'm still organizing everything and getting ready to paint. Hopefully I will be able to provide a painting tutorial of all of the heroes in an upcoming video. But I know some of you have wondered about how much I make with my channel as well as my Patreon supporters. And I'll just tell you right now that I make approximately $300 from ad revenue from YouTube and an additional $500 from my Patreon supporters. So that is a grand total of about $800. Of course, that fluctuates monthly based on how many people are watching my videos as well as how many people are becoming Patreon supporters. But I've been making about $800 a month for the past couple of months. So there you have it. Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. No, I'm just kidding. Let's go ahead and go over to the computer and I'll show you some of the metrics. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at my channel analytics. And honestly, I don't really look at this very much, but as you can see here, these are the metrics for the past 28 days, about a month or so, and I'm getting close to about 80,000 views, which is typical for my channel. And as I mentioned before, we have about $300 coming in revenue, which again is my average. Now here's a super interesting thing about my content, and this has always been the case, but when you take a look at the top content, my very first video, the DIY gaming table for $150, which started this whole channel, is still the one that gets the most views by a lot. So all of my other videos combined do not add up to the number of views that I'm getting still from this original gaming table, which is what went viral. I think it has almost 4 million views right now. But as you can see here, in the last month, it has seen 30,000 views. And then the next top viewed video is last week's, which was Tour My Nerd Cave, and that comes in at 3,000. So this is 10 times more views than my next top viewed video. And as you can see, most of my videos average about 1,000 views per video that I post up, which isn't a lot considering that I have almost 40,000 subscribers. But again, my content is really niche, and overall, that's what I expect in terms of the number of views for each video that I post. The average view duration is about 5 minutes, regardless of how long the video is. And a lot of my videos, I say, are more than 20 minutes long, especially when they have painting tutorials that are in them. And again, here is a better graph that shows you just the amount of views that I am receiving. So again, the DIY gaming table is this blue line here. So just a whole lot. I'm not sure what happened here for this date. It looks like there's 0. I think that's just a bug in the metrics. But as a way of comparing, it's just so much more than what is found in some of my other videos. I think what's interesting is we can check out the viewer metrics. So most of my viewers are between the 25 to 40-year-old. So a vast majority is in this age range. And then check this out. I don't think you'll be surprised that I am skewing at almost 95% male as viewers and only 5 in terms of female viewers. Again, totally not surprised based off of the content of my channel. And clearly most of the people, almost 90% of my viewers are not subscribed to my channel. So if you are one of those, make sure you do hit that subscribe button because it does help me out. So I changed this graph to lifetime. And again, the blue line is my gaming table video, which saw a huge spike when I originally posted it. And then a slow decline, but still a significant portion. And then let's see what my second most viewed is, Blinging Gloomhaven. And then here's an interesting one, my laser video, which I've only produced a handful of videos for my channel regarding lasers. That is number 3 with 116,000 views. And then here's my Sword and Sorcery walkthrough using Roll20. So a lot of these are still some of my oldest videos that are getting some of the most views. And the interesting thing here is lifetime, I've made about $12,000 from my gaming table video. And what I don't quite understand is my Blinging Gloomhaven, even though it is number 2 at 157,000 views, it's only made me $286, whereas the Why Didn't I Buy a Glowforge made me almost $2,000. So I have no idea why that's the case. I don't 100% understand how ad revenue works that much, but that is pretty much what is going on there. And I know more recently that the ad revenue per view has been lowering. Again, not 100% sure why, but at one point, I think last year I was making more like $400, even sometimes $500 from ad revenue from YouTube, but that has averaged out more recently to about $300 a month. In full disclosure, that $300 is all going towards my 2 kids that are in college right now to help out with their tuition fees. Whereas the $500 that I'm receiving from Patreon, that is going all back into the channel, all back into getting the gratitude gifts for giveaways, which I appreciate so much. And without that revenue, I honestly would not be making this content. All right, let's see where most of my viewers are from. A little bit less than half is from the United States, and then second is the UK. Let's see where South Korea is at. Okay, 0.2%. All right, South Koreans, thanks for supporting me as well. And then even folks from Algeria. So appreciate all of you viewers from around the world. That is awesome. And to be more specific, in terms of here in the United States, we have New York with over 1,000 views. And then Chicago, London, Melbourne, LA, Sydney. So this is an interesting statistic as well. So there you go. For those of you who were curious about how much money that I am making, relatively small channel, although I am closing in on 40,000 subscribers. So thank you for those of you who are hitting that like button. Thank you to those of you who are my Patreon supporters, as well as those that are hitting that like button or checking out some of my merch. All of those things does help my channel a lot. Obviously, I'm not optimizing my channel in order to make as much revenue as possible, because basically the content that I am filming is basically the hobbies and things that I'm interested in, which is why my channel is as eclectic as it is. And I have no intention on trying to be full-time in this space, as I really enjoy all the other things that I'm doing, including my day job. And so this remains to be something that I just love doing, and I don't necessarily want that to be my full-time job. So be on the lookout for the next couple of videos as I do focus in on some of these GGGGs. Again, use the link below to go to my Patreon page if you're interested in that. Only takes $1 to be a Patreon supporter. Otherwise, happy gaming. We'll see you next time.